How's it going, everybody? This is Hard Target, David Morrow. I'm going to do a video about the Brady's list. The Brady list. The Brady list, that is a list for police departments, for government officials, anything federal, pretty much, you can put on this list. It's no big secret. Basically, it busts out everybody in this organized stalking campaign against everybody else, or in other words, another way of saying it is community-oriented policing. It's the best way to say it, because gang stalking is a term that the government uses to reflect on us, so we all say it. Us TIs and everything will say it, and it makes us sound crazy because everybody's heard of it. It's popular on TikTok, other places like that. Everybody's starting to get familiar with it, but it also seems a little far-fetched because there's robots out there and operatives that are using the term to discredit us or make fun of us, and they're not really being stalked. It's all fake. And there's a lot of TIs out there that's not TIs. A lot of them are. The ones that really are, you can tell they don't want to seem like they are, I don't want to say mitigating, but pretending or anything like that. They definitely know what's going on. The ones who don't just want attention, or they get really offensive if you start asking them questions about certain things, or they've been on the same subject for years on end. I'm seeing a lot of people's pages where it's the same thing in and out all the way around, and you ask them questions or you try to give them some input on it, and then they'll try to accuse you being fake and stuff like that, but that's not the case, and we all know that. So if you going through this, you'll definitely know the difference between reality and a false reality. But let me get back to the Brady list. The Brady list is provided for us to make reports on different police departments, and everybody knows now that the police departments are involved in this community-oriented policing, and they definitely have their hands on it throughout the United States and throughout the world. It's the same program, same funding. Department of Justice is behind it. You got fusion centers that are helping with that. It trickles down to private entities as well. Citizens on Patrol, community watch groups, neighborhood watch, Vanguard, Textron, private security companies are involved. They do training for military ops and stuff like that. And basically it's just a part of the brown coats from the Nazis back in World War II, and it's KGB style policing and everything like that. Just like when 9/11 happened, the Patriot Act happened, and with the Patriot Act came warrantless wiretappings in the United States. And if you read the Patriot Act, some of it will sit there and tell you in the first part of it that basically it's for terrorists, anybody of Middle Eastern descent, and then it graduated from that to where we're at now with our cell phone technologies and everything. They can track us just as easy. And then anything you keystroke in, you can look this up, it's no big secret. They send it to a fusion center, and all your data goes in there. Everything that you look at, everything you talk about. That's why your microphones on your phone and everything like that will ask for permissions and everything, because all of it's being recorded. And don't think it's not for a minute. Just like your Alexa, if you have Alexa in your house, get rid of that thing, because it listens to everything you say, off the subject matter and everything like that. You can be talking about blueberry pancakes and crossbows, and the next thing you know, you wake up in the morning and it shows you ads on the same thing that I just talked about, blueberry pancakes and crossbows. Or you'll be talking about somebody, and then your Facebook ad will pop up of people who you might know. It's not a coincidence. It's not far-fetched. It's true. So they take all this data, compile it, and they analyze you to see if you're a terrorist or not, a domestic terrorist or whatever. But if you're for the Constitution and for the rights and the Republic and everything, you're not a terrorist. You care about the homeland. You could be an Army vet. Same thing. If you served in the military, they go after vets. It's it's no big secret there. So nobody's really safe in this program. So back to the Brady list. I'd like to give you the lowdown on exactly what that it is. It is to provide process. The U.S. Supreme Court, there's a decision against Brady versus Maryland, Section 373 U.S. 83, 1963. And it is a duty for all organizations, number one, to provide prosecution for any material that would be reasonably probability of altering the results of a trial or could be reasonably mitigated to the sentencing of a defendant, and any material relevant to the credibility of a witness, including but not limited to police officers. So just because you got that badge on and you got the blue flag on the back of your car in your house doesn't mean you're safe, because let's face it, the ones that do this for the wrong reasons and the ones that are not heroes, the ones that are compulsive liars, that when they swear on the Bible, they don't give a rip about the Constitution. They could care less. They probably know half the laws in the Constitution. It's just something they hide behind with a shield. And, you know, if you're a police officer or whatever, just like you're a doctor, your credibility goes higher because you're in a position of authority, just like a doctor is somewhat in a stance, because just because you got a lab coat on, your stethoscope, pocket protectors on, we should believe you because you have the right information, because you project that image on everything. Number two, any material relevant to the credibility of a witness, including but not limited to police officers as well. The United States Department of Justice has initiated a methodological approach to proactive disclosure in conjunction with Open Government Directive. The Brady List platforms allows organizations, prosecutors, and peace officers, standards and training departments to enter their independent findings in a number of cases in direct compliance with the Brady and Freedom Information Act, which is the FOIA of 1967. The individual lists are then compiled automatically into a Brady list for the individual organizations. The Brady lists of the organizations are then automatically compiled with the state Brady list or for the state Attorney General's Department of Justice and or the Supreme Court's Judicial Council. With that being said, the priorities of the Brady list is to ensure enforcement discretion. So with their discretion, when you enter in the Brady list, say you're being harassed by a police department in California somewhere, and you know absolutely the findings to be true, that there's people involved in the police department, you might have blew whistles on somebody, you might have, like say you slept with a police chief or a detective or something like that, and their credibility and their life's on the line, they don't want to get busted with it, and they're trying to make your life a living hell, which is a form of gaslighting, gang stalking, aka community policing, organized policing in this matter. So then their credibility kind of goes out the window, and it's a forced investigation, and it puts it out there on blast, if you want to say that as well. So ensuring enforcement discretion, the Brady list does not apply to machine learning, ML, artificial intelligence, which is AI, or any other coded mechanism for the determinations about an individual that it stores and delivers. Number two, empower prosecutional disclosure. The Brady list is a platform that automates the compilation of data across entire jurisdictions for district attorneys and prosecutors. So they're compiling this as well. All these reports, they have to look into it because it is a report on any of the above authority figures that I've mentioned. To build trust in the community through transparency. This Brady list is now always and will be open to the public. It's free and unfiltered. You can look at it for yourself. You can type in any state with this. I've looked it up myself. I've seen police departments where I'm from and everything like that. There's a few missing gaps, and we'll get to that soon. About there's certain police departments that ain't on here that are involved in this community-oriented policing that's not on here because I guess they've been doing it for so long that people don't really know about it from the perspective. Number 4, they demonstrate accountability. The Brady List encourages law enforcement, prosecutors, and the judiciary and to demonstrate the entire workflow from the complaint intake, from categorization, investigation, and conclusion. So they go through this whole process as a summary, and then they determine whether or not it's accountable, and they categorize it in a certain way if it's a felony charge, a misdemeanor charge, things of that nature as well. And then they do an investigation and a conclusion on that. If there's charges brought upon the police department or any of the officers involved, any part of the military, anything like that as well. And in order to provide service for this 200,000 plus organizations and all post departments and 5,000 prosecutors plus, and authorities nationwide with 70,000 recorded instances already listed. So that's a lot. That's in the United States alone. That they have reported in the departments that were compliant or time or didn't know about this or whatever. It says in instances are already listed. We have standardized the input date and time-stamped output incorporated in of the Brady List offenses, material, public complaints, and the use of force reports, and modernize the entire lexicon around the topic. So, it'll let you search the records for federal agencies in the United States and private companies as well. That's basically how that works. And with this being said, I have teamed up with United States Anti-Gang Stalking Association of Mississippi. The director of that and the president of that is Richard Moore. You can go to his website as well. He is in Cura. He's in Pinterest, all kinds of different platforms, WordPress. He's also on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel as well as mine, because we are definitely in cahoots and we're working as a team, especially with these people that run the Brady List. We are now under their umbrella as well. So there's no way to take us off these platforms. And Richard's got his hands full in Mississippi right now with a whole bunch of federal cases that he's building. And he's really, really involved with this. And I'm on board the project now, including, and also have a federal lawsuit. It is building as we speak. And we're working on that with other agencies as well. And the people with the Brady List, some journalists, whatnot. I don't want to get into everything, but that is definitely going on. So all the people that was involved with my campaigns, my charges, everything that they had brought against me, all the false narratives that people have spoke about me and try to discredit me for everything over National Geographic. Your time is short. I promise you that. We're going after the bigger fish first. And all you little guys that had their little hands in murdering me and setting me up in Huron County and everything. Huron County, Ashtabula County, Richland County, Franklin County, Ohio, Johnson County, Arkansas. You guys are in hot water. Just so you let you know on that one, because the people you hired to go through with all this to murder me that were involved, they're definitely on this. And the departments will be listed shortly. I'll provide that myself and with the help with Mr. Moore as well, if he needs me and my assistance with the Lee County everything in Mississippi that he's got going on. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now with all this and all the people that I've met especially. So we're definitely dedicated. I'm going to be making more videos, and you can go through my channel and look at how I progressed from when I didn't know what was going on to while I know fully what's going on and understand. I've even had them tell me that they're going to give me a second chance at all this stuff back a couple years ago. I don't know what I did differently, but I've never heard of them giving a second chance or letting up, because I'm still getting phone calls, people following me around, which it doesn't bother me at all at this point, because I've seen everything and been through everything that you could possibly do to me, besides just rolling up in a white van with masks on and shooting me dead or throwing me in there, which people are on the lookout for all that, but I really doubt that's going to happen because that's not you guys' technique. It's more of setting you up type thing like that from what I've read and seen. But yeah, that's how that's going. If anybody has any questions or needs any tutelage about this gang stalking, which everybody needs to stop using that term. That's a term that the government uses for us to use towards them so they can discredit us on the information. It's not gang stalking. It's organized stalking. It's community-oriented policing, as Richard would call it, community orgasmic policing, because they do get off on watching us die or try to kill ourselves, which there's a lot of us that has lost their lives in this, and a lot of people that has been taken out by being poisoned, assassinated, and other things. God rest their souls. And there's a lot of that on Richard's channel. He knows a lot of people that's been taken out in this, and it's really sad. And we're definitely going to get revenge the right way, the legal way, on these people. So all you people that have been involved or are involved, that are even do this for gift cards or whatever have you, that they have promised you a car or insurance money to kill one of your relatives, to take them out because they're worthless drug addicts or child molesters or terrorists or whatever they want to call you. It's the same narrative over and over again. We're with you. So anybody has any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments sections below. I'll get back with you on that. I can email you addresses, what you need to do to get your federal indictments going and your court papers, your court proceedings to go as well. It's going to cost you some money. It's not free whatsoever, and it's not that much if you really think about it. A couple $1,000s and you can have it. So if you look it up online, you can definitely tell this is working. We're not signing petitions. We're not doing marches. We're not doing any of that. We're getting right to the point. We're making it happen, and it is going to happen. This is Hard Target, and thank you very much.